So welcome back to the Escorts. I apologize for last week's little call out. However, yours truly was having a hell of a day when it comes to getting kids into school. I would love to say that everything is going wonderfully and virtual school is going off without a hitch. However, I'm not a liar. Well, I'm a DM, so that's by its nature I'm a liar. But I'm saying is I don't like to fabricate the truth if I don't have to. So it was not going well, and yours truly had a day where he just needed to take a moment and not murder people, specifically these people around me. So we took a week off. However, I did want to let you guys know that we are coming to the last couple of months of episodes. So that's right. This will be winding down here shortly. I know it seems like we still have a lot to do, which we do, but it'll all resolve itself, I promise you. New light is going well. If you are not doing anything on Wednesdays, for about an hour on Wednesdays, around 5 o'clock Central Time till about 6 or so, you can watch me and Howard Brock, who is a multiple-time world champion with Hero Clicks, and he also owns Lucky Dice Cafe, as we sit down, talk to a guest, get nerdy with one another. That you say something and then you realize how it sounds after you say it. So anyways, we talk nerdy stuff. We look at stuff that they have in the store, talk about what's going on, things like that. So join us. We posted up on Facebook Live on Lucky Dice's page. And so we will be back in the studio, or I should say the studio, back in the store next week doing it, because we do it live from the store. So if you're in the Huntsville area and you'd like to come hang out with us during the podcast, make sure you wear your mask, but come on down. I was drinking a wonderful, basically like a chocolate shake with an espresso in it. I wouldn't really call it a mochaccino. Excuse me. I wouldn't call it a mochaccino, but it was basically a chocolate shake that had espresso in it, and it was delicious. So come down, sit down, and join us for that. Then coming up, hey, thank you, Ray, again, so much for that. Speaking of some of the stuff that we've been working on for Dire Bear, I would like to give a huge shout out to Steve, who has created some fun things for us. If you go and click down in Twitch, the little emoji button, the little emote guy, the little face, if you're a subscriber, or if you're not, you can subscribe, but you'll notice there is a new fireball dice emoji and the Dire Bear GM. And if you hit those, you get them to come up, and it's so amazing. Look at it. So a huge thanks to our big guy for making those. Thank you so much for putting those in there. I get to see them like full size, so I can actually see them. They're so small. They're tiny on my screen, anyways. So remember, if you're a subscriber, you get to play that and do that and all. So that's a lot of fun. We had a hype train last time we were here, and holy crap, that was amazing. People just started donating. So a huge shout out to everybody. Raymond, who runs the Lord of the Realms on DDO, which you can play along with me in DDO, and you can play along with Maddie in DDO. We're on there often, and I have a bevy of characters just across the spectrum. Yeah, it's a little classic D&D game. It's set in Eberron, but you can move over to Forgotten Realms. And last night, some friends of mine, Megan and Chase, who are longtime supporters of Dire Bear, we beat a servant of Loth and got to see Loth break reality and watch and talk to her servant, and it was really cool as we ran through this dungeon. It's set up for casual play, so you can play it as a solo person, or you can play it with friends. So come on and join us. So, and it is free to play. As a free to play member, you get 3 character slots. There are some things that you have to unlock, but you can earn favor and DDO points just from playing the game, and then buy those things. And if you do want to get a subscription, it's really on the cheap. I think it's $10 maybe, or maybe a little bit more than that. I purchased 3 months worth just so I could play it, because I like playing things, and I wanted to unlock the Artificer, which I didn't, so I'll have to earn it through actually doing things in the game to earn it. So I'm not mad at all because I get to play a giant murder-loving warforged by the name of Hammer und Tongs, and that is always fun. So come join us on DDO. We're on the Thalanis server if you want to come in and play. I'm on way too much, but you can hook up with you can hook up with Raymond, and McGee is on there, and several others, and we have a lot of fun playing around, kicking around. They have their own Discord server where we get in and create shenanigans, where we talk about our love for Flower, the dwarf cleric. And Maddie is hiding her face because there was too much love and fun with Flower, the dwarven cleric, our favorite.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
That's what we're gonna say.
Favorite.
Anyways, it's a lot of fun, and since it is an older game, it runs on a lot of systems. It is beefy, so just be prepared for a long download if you're downloading it. Anyways, that's DDO, Dungeons and Dragons Online. You can come and play with us there. You can also check us out here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm excited to say that coming soon, Saturdays. That is right. The Dire Bear Adventuring Crew is adding a new show on Saturdays. The title is in works right now, as is the
Stolen City.
The Stolen City. I apologize. It is called the Stolen City.
Yeah.
Stolen Cities. Anything else you want to inform me of?
It is a post-apocalyptic setting where basically everything has been taken over by vampires.
Oh, well, I mean, what's not to love about that? So,
exactly.
Speaking of vampires, check us out on Tuesdays with Vampire the Masquerade Valley by Night, which is a Vampire the Masquerade game set here in the heart of the Tennessee River Valley, the valley area here, which is Huntsville, Decatur, Mooresville, all over the place. Anyways, these two hapless individuals known as Sarah and Eric, who are playing in my game tonight, unfortunately, are also playing in Tuesdays. I only say unfortunately because I see how much fun they have, and I'm just a little jealous sometimes. No, they do look like they have a bang-up time talking about stealing cars, just beating each other up, throwing things around, and having just a fantastic time. And Deca is in that one as well, if you want to come check out Deca Volti. And Deca is in a lot of games. He's in Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, I know for sure. Are you in Wednesday nights as well? We'll wait for his response. Yes, he's in Wednesday nights as well, so there we go.
He just lives here.
This is where he lives. Also, to pimp out a little bit of our friendly there, Deca has a Patreon as well, where he talks about teaching people how to DM and just getting people into how to DM and how to get there. He has a few questions that he asked of me, and I answered, and some other DMs answered. And so go check him out on his Patreon. It's a lot of fun.
I just have to do that. I'm going to do that right now.
Okay. Well, I don't know if he hasn't posted up yet. I just know he's asked. So there we go. Anyways, go check him out. Deca, if you would, type your Patreon name in the Twitch chat. And okay, so soon, trademark. But go ahead and post your Patreon name so that way we know. We'll link you down there sometime where we can have friends of Dire Bear. Speaking of other things that we have going on, at the end of September, yours truly will be running games for the D&D celebration. It is an international celebration of all things Dungeons & Dragons. It is a promotion for Season 10 of Adventurers League, so you can get in on the ground floor. I have run the adventures that they have for the primer, which is 10-0, and it is a lot of fun. It's quick-paced. It's about an hour per little shot. There will be plenty of space for people to play. There's an epic involved on Saturday. There's the first adventure out of the gate is on Sunday, and I am running 9 or I'm running a bunch of hours of gaming on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's the 18th, 19th, and 20th of September. Come check them out. Since September is my birth month, I don't know. We'll do something. We'll do something fun coming up. Speaking of September coming up soon, today's the 24th, so that means next week, right? No. Next week?
Today is the 20. Yeah, next week would be the September.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 31 days.
31st.
31st. You are correct, because otherwise that would be a weird layout for my day. Not next week, but the following, which is Labor Day. Thank you. Which would be the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. The day after my birthday. We will be here playing Dungeons and Dragons. I can't tell you what state of inebriation we'll be in, some of us. But we will be here playing D&D. I see Otter has joined us as well. Hi, Otter. Hi, Mira Kitsune. Hello, everyone. I'm not going to say hi to Funconscious because he's right over here in my screen. I guess he's over here on the Twitch channel. Anyways, we will be running D&D on Labor Day. So come and join us as we end the summer officially, even though that's not the official end of summer. But in America, that's what we call the end of summer. So come and join, and we will be playing some D&D that day. And like I said, I cannot guarantee my level of inebriation at that point in time, but who knows? And no one has ever seen me drunken DM. Last time we played this game, though, they set sail from Basra, leaving a friend of theirs behind to learn more about the fate of others in his oak. There were dangers untold, and the waves were pretty calm, actually. There was not really dangers untold. They were told that there would be danger, but there was decidedly a lot less danger than what they were warned of.
The ocean was very mellow.
It was very, very Steve's character. So they were told, though, that the straits outside of the archipelago was a different story. And as they sailed on, they realized that the rocks that rise up to form the barrier, these straits that they must go through, they can see the storm head in front of them. Rain falls in sheets, and wind whips the sails and the ropes, and it looks as though they are in for a rough ride. Without further ado, with thanks to D&D Beyond for giving us the opportunity to use all of their tools, let's kick off tonight's episode of The Escorts. As you ride up to the top of the deck, you can see the ship is starting to rock with the wind that is making the waves swell underneath the boat, carrying the keel left and right. You watch as wave after wave surges over. You feel as though you are going to be tossed over and turned and tumbled under the waves to be swallowed by the ocean itself. A massive wall of water rises out of the ocean, heading right towards your ship. As you watch, it seems to look like it is going to swell over. It is the largest wave that you have seen altogether. The wave looks as though it's about to crest over and swallow the vessel. When passive perceptions from everyone?
20.
16.
20, 16,
19.
19,
11.
11.
Yeah, 13.
Mello's got a 13. What did you say, Eric? What was Satil's?
18.
18.
Okay. 18.
It's
Thank you.
Eric, me, Sarah for the top 3.
Okay, he got out like right there that last second. There in the wave, you watch as eerie green eyes appear. And while you wait for the crest of the wave to wash over the ship, it doesn't. Instead, you see the formation of 2 arms writhing out from the side of it. It looks like water contained inside of things. You watch as the captain is there at the wheel, cuts it hard to the right, spinning it. You can feel the ship lurch in the water, but you're not sure how much control it is. You know that you're not going to be able to pace and get away from this, but you realize that she's not trying to outrun this creature. You feel in the base of the ship, the shutters raise. and through the thunderous boom of the sound of the storm around you, you hear a decidedly staccato sound that is just slightly drowned out by the sound of the storm. You watch as smoke billows up the side of the vessel, and you can see shot raining out, punching holes into the wall of water as it does. The cannons are quickly reloaded, but you know there's going to be some time before they truly are. And with that, I would love everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Whee!
We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Baby.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Greetings.
Welcome to the chaos.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, literally, roll
Game,
initiative.
Roll initiative.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. It's been our
Did
first
I-
fight in
It's what
months.
you
We
get
can
for
do
being
this.
late.
Ah,
It's what you get for being late. Roll initiative.
Congratulations, we're fighting a colossal-sized water elemental.
It's not colossal.
I say it's colossal.
we're fighting a large boy.
I was-
Huge.
Cap. I was using creative license to describe the creature.
You were using hyperbole. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm just using this moment to point out that you're wrong because I get to do it so infrequently.
Okay.
Just
take
let me
that.
have my moment, okay?
No, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I mean, if you want to fight something that's like, that's that bad, I mean, there's still a Kraken I could throw at you.
No, I think we're good.
I'm good. I'm
Sure?
good. I don't know about
Hey.
I don't know about everyone else,
I
but I'm good.
mean, okay. You sure?
Yeah, we're good.
I'd like my ship and my mom to still be intact by the end of this, please.
I mean, yeah.
One of those two might not be applicable.
Why am I missing a dice?
Did you
I rolled a
use it?
17. Has everybody else already rolled? Oops, sorry.
They have not taken initiative order yet,
Oh,
so let's
okay,
start
perfect.
with 20 or higher.
21.
Anyone? 21. Okay.
And I got 20.
Hey, V.
Stop. Don't
I-
even say it.
No, I told you this. We gotta stop this.
Fuck.
Gotta stop this.
Did you two roll the same again?
Yep.
Invalid. No, I refuse. That was a roll for the monster, though.
Good
Oh,
question.
sweet.
Uh-oh.
That's a noise I
Oh.
don't like.
No, I don't like that at all. Oh, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Okay, so you were going first.
Fuck.
Mhm.
Maybe. I mean,
That
Quite
did sound like a
possibly.
nat 20 over there, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
no, it's not.
Or he has a big ass initiative modifier.
Uh,
All right, 15 or higher.
I'm having Foundations flashbacks where it had a plus 14 to hit.
17.
17.
17.
Yeah.
All right, who's going first?
You have ranged? Audible question mark.
Yeah.
You can go first.
Okay.
This was like, I can't take my fists off and throw them. It doesn't work that way.
I mean, I sorta can.
Says you.
I
What's
mean,
your movement speed right now? What's your
Me?
movement speed? Yeah,
50.
50 feet.
50.
And you have step of the wind.
Yeah.
You
I
can
don't play-
run 100 feet.
I'm just gonna. I don't think Mom would be very happy if I
Look,
jumped off
you
the
can
ship.
run 100 feet. That's all I'm across the surface of the water. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Maddie, ask Charlotte about Monk on 2 vessels.
And then sink instantly.
I jumped
After
into
the 100
Charlotte's
feet.
game on a Monk, and I had 120 feet of movement whenever I used Step of the Wind. I went out of one ship across the surface of the water onto the other ship and started attacking the guys on the vessel.
Sure, why not? If
Like,
that's what
because
floats your
monk
boat.
things.
Yep.
Because monks are dumb. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
I
can
love
be.
them.
Glorious.
I don't play a good monk. I play a monk. Never said a good one. He's doing his best.
You know what? This is so much better. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, did I actually say my initiative out loud? I don't think I did.
I don't think I ever heard your initiative. No, what was it?
No, it's actually 19.
19. No, 19.
Not bad.
I did not catch that for Mello, which is odd.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
thought
I-
Mello and Gillett took the same school of we're going last. We'll be right there.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna chalk it up to my new dice tower.
All right, down there enjoying your drink. What did you have there for your initiative? Since you're the last one I have to take.
It's 12.
Do I need to tell you that you're going last?
You mean the boat has a higher initiative?
Oh, okay.
Actually, you're right. I do need to take initiative for the boat. Hang on a second. Let me grab the vessel that I need to use. Honestly, it may not.
Who knows?
Well, you're definitely not using a galley. Row your big ass boat. Let's see. It's not
If we're
a
using
kill
a
boat.
galley, there's no way in hell we'd be rowing that boat anywhere.
Mhm.
You lost your mind.
No, not you. Just the 80 slaves you had underneath with the.
Even then.
It's just
Yeah.
one centipede. Giant
Yes.
Well, I know how big galleys are.
Dire centipede.
centipede.
It's someone's job to go down there every day and make sure all the paddles are like strapped to its arms.
That's
Have to have,
terrifying.
have to have somebody else down there that knows calm animals to make sure that the person who goes down there to check the paddles doesn't get eaten.
Mhm.
Well, you're definitely not cruising around in a warship. Maybe you are. I take it back, Tangaroa. You are not going last.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Keep in mind your armor class on your vessel is 15, and there are 300 hit points for it. Who wants to keep track of the ship for me?
That sounds like a V thing.
All
Okay.
right.
My mom's ship. I'll do it.
Okay.
Let me just-
Your weapons are ballista and mangonel.
Ballista and mangoes.
Yeah, just ballista
Mangoes?
mounted
Cool.
mangoes.
I have right there.
Sorry.
I have the entirety of my reason to off this elemental. She's stealing my mangoes.
So sorry, 300 health, 15 AC,
Yes.
and sorry, ballista and
Mangonel. Mangonel. Mangonel.
Hold that thought, Cap.
Ganel. I probably still spelled it wrong. Ballista.
Mango NEL. Oh my Jesus, he has mango slices. It's okay, so the ballista has a +6 to hit. And it's
Sorry, a
3d10. +6 to hit
Okay, 3d10.
and 3d10.
Okay.
And the mangonel have a +5 to hit
I didn't put arrows. Sorry. Okay, +5.
and 5d10 bludgeoning damage. However, it cannot attack things within 60 feet of it.
60 feet. No, got it.
Yep. The ballista can continue to fire basically every round. So if you're going to try to reposition it or anything else like that, you can allow for the ship to be like a pet status. So it'll have its own initiative order. Your family and the crew are who will pilot it. So you basically bark out commands on their turn and they will do whatever need to be done.
Okay.
Like, Mom, move.
Can we do this? Mom, can you please move this way? Thanks.
Hey,
Mommy, could you please shoot the
Ma-
elemental, please?
Let me
Man.
drive.
move over. Mom, get out of the way. And the ship goes last in the turn order, so I will just let you know when it's its turn.
Okay. I think I've written everything down in the most horrible way possible, so I'm gonna just rewrite this while I wait.
Okay, take it. So first up is this creature. And I have decided that it will not be the old Hydra because that just kind of took the wind out of my sails and you were like, oh, I know that this thing is. So
Sorry.
it's going to be something that you... No, it's okay.
You're the one that
That
named
just
it.
means I'm going to up the CR.
Oh, lovely.
A gargantuan creature breaches the wave as you watch the Leviathan surface. A gargantuan elemental. Something torrential moves within it. For those of us playing at home, the Leviathan looks amazing. If you can find some artwork and throw it up there, that would be awesome. But it does look really great. It's out of Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, so if you don't have it, if you do. Anyways. It breaches out of the water and it starts to slam as you watch it swim in faster. Closing, this serpentine body made completely of water moves within area. There's another reason that I did it too, by the way. Something that you actually said, Eric, that reminded me.
Oh.
As it slides in closer, to your benefit, by the way, not your detriment. As it slides in closer, swimming up to the edge of the ship, you watch it taking the mangonels out of the picture, just so you're aware. Its body serpentines up and it slams into the side of the ship. This way I'm not pulling up multiple cards. I've just got this one and keep scrolling up and down through it. Okay. Yay, there we go. All right, so the first is going to definitely hit the ship, and it is going to do 18 points of damage, plus another 8 points of acid damage as it starts to eat into the wood. It then raises its tail out of the water and swipes it along the edge of the vessel. And actual, no, it hits. Yeah, it totally hits. Sorry. And it does 9 points of bludgeoning damage and 9 more points of acid damage to the ship. All right. And that is its turn. Intrepid heroes, Zora, it is your turn.
Take a break and I can't remember where to put my spells.
On a piece of paper.
Actual Inzora character, like, shit, what are my spells?
True to your own nature.
I love how Sarah and I both
What is a
posted a
spell?
picture of the Leviathan at the exact same time.
Nice.
We do spells, right? Spells, yeah. 3 Eldritch Blasts because Warlock bread and butter.
And because
Just spray and pray. Spray and pray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to go with an 18, a 19, and a natural 20.
Oh, yes. All three of those hit. Ooh.
Okay. So we have 17. No, that was for the crit. I'm sorry. That was the crit was 17. 12. Go away, spell sheet. And 7.
17, 12, and 7?
Yes.
Okay, so 29, 36.
Sure. I don't do math well.
It's okay, I got you covered. Here I am not doing math well now.
It's contagious.
There, got it. Okay, let's see. With that being said, is that your turn?
Are they like in the center of the deck, or
Yeah,
where
they're kind of like midship right now.
Is there a wall, like anything that she can put her back to that's not the railing?
A mast?
She's gonna stay where she is for now.
Stand under the tree trunk in the middle of a lightning storm. Nothing
It's a
can
great
happen.
idea. Fine, I'm sure of it.
This should be fine.
For now,
All right.
she's gonna stand there and quietly.
Lashing yourself with a rope and just quietly, this is just a nightmare. I'll wake up fine.
It's fine. This is fine. The guy in the field was a lot better than this, but this is fine.
All right, Zastari. And yes, to answer the question for those of you who may be asking, everyone, because it is gargantuan, is within melee range of it.
All right. Well, that's good to know because that's sneak attack information.
Before we go on, though, I want to do one thing. Hold your hand up. Okay, I wanted to see these. Let me see the other side. Oh, it looks really good. Wow, it looks really great.
I'll post photos. It's starting to really fade.
Yeah.
I've been
Still
doing
looks
my
good,
best
though.
to keep it there for the ceremony this weekend, but it's starting to really fade. I'll post pictures of like when it was darker.
Awesome.
Okay, so I have questions about this amorphous blade you gave me.
Do you mean me, love?
Yeah,
Is that what you're asking about?
If I change it into a short sword, does the damage become 1d6?
The damage
Or
becomes whatever it is, love, that you're using.
Jesus Christ. I'm actually asking because I don't know. I haven't figured this out. Is it? It's
Yeah, it takes on the
shape
properties of the
okay.
weapon that you're using. Yeah.
Okay. And then the other question I've got is because on a successful hit, the target takes necrotic damage. Is that on top of the weapon damage? Yes? Okay. Alright. I understand. This is gonna hurt a lot.
You guys are having troubles hearing Zastari? Okay, she sounds just fine on my side. So is everybody else within the game hearing her okay?
We can always hear her with Discord perfectly fine. Whenever it comes through
Yeah.
OBS, she will always sound soft.
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
That's the issue.
Yep.
Unless she can shove her face into her mic a little bit more.
Just mush it
Yeah.
right in the mush.
Yes, I would prefer not to.
Just real close. Real nice.
Well,
ASMR
then
style.
Is
then
your
I have
friend.
to pull it down here.
See, that would be fine.
Well, no, because then
That's
it's
just
away and I
lean a
can't
little
see
bit.
anything on my main screen. That's why it's
You
up
need
there.
your character sheet.
That's why it's up there.
You just need your character sheet tonight.
Yeah, but my character sheet's on my main screen. Do you see the issue
Move
here?
it to the other one.
I just want to know what you're drinking and why you're not sharing.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, you.
Coffee.
Oh, it's not a giant coffee mug full of wine.
The wine's not cold.
You know what? It's okay. We're
Oh.
And the mug's also dirty.
We are gonna go this way for now.
Okay.
This issue will be fixed. I have a preamp coming. A friend is lending me his until I can afford to get my own. So as soon as I get the preamp, we'll fix a lot of this issue. So anyway, I am gonna pull out my amorphous blade.
All right.
I am going to shift it into the
Mhm.
shape of a rapier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then with a bonus action, I'm going to summon a shadow blade to my other hand in the shape of a dagger.
Okay.
So, I have a bunch of...
There's a voice in your head and says, "What's all this now, love? The hell is that thing? Listen, I'm gonna need you to beat that, as I don't want to end up in the bottom of a fucking ocean if it's all the matter with you."
Well, I don't want to end up in the bottom of an ocean myself, so
Ah,
keep me alive.
precisely, sure, you'll be dead.
Well, yeah, exactly, but then nobody will ever get to use you again, so, keep me alive, and then you get to keep killing.
Fair point. Deal
Right.
it is. We'll kill it, and then
Yeah, so...
question. This is gonna be it's salty because it's made out of salt water, I assume. Can I drink it? You know what? Just stab me and we'll see what happens.
Okay, rapier first.
Oh, wee.
That is a 27!
No, I just had it in my head because I did it. As you swing Raziel every time he goes, wee. The sentient blade's just going, wee. Yay!
That is a 27 to hit.
Here I go
That's it.
murdering.
I want you to know that I rolled a 14 on the die, and that's a 27 to hit.
All right. How much
No.
damage did you do with our blade?
Tell you in a second, because it's... I'm going to roll the weapon damage, and then I'm going to roll my sneak attack, because that's going to make my life easier.
Please and thank you.
Yes, so that is 8 plus 5 for 6, plus... so that's 6 magical damage from the rapier. That's 10 necrotic damage from the sword, and it creates a 1d6 necrotic wound, which is 3.
Okay, so
I need a... do I need a con save
6.
right
So
now?
6. So hang on. 6, 10, and 3. So 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on, because now I gotta do the sneak attack.
And you need a con save, or is it? No, it's on his. It's not on. It's on his turn.
It's on his turn, okay. I almost don't have enough d6s for this. That is 17 sneak attack.
So 36 points of damage. Okay.
Yep. And then...
Poke.
pretty much. And then... No, then I'm attacking with the dagger.
Bonus action was to summon the dagger.
Yes. Bonus action was to summon the dagger. So it's just the rapier this turn, but the dagger's coming.
Okay. So 36 more points of damage to the creature.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Is that your full turn embodied in that murderous spree there?
Yep.
All right,
Track
you
how many charges I've now
pull
scored.
the blade back. You hear a, oh, well, that's a new experience. That is right there.
Yeah, how salty is that?
Let's not talk about it.
Fair enough. Well, you're gonna get plenty more of it, so sorry.
I'm not sure that I like this at all. All right. So with that being said, it is now Mr. Mellow's turn. Thank you for the sub, Otter. Also, real quick to take away from Mello, congratulations, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. And he gifted one to JT, the man. Thank you so much for that. And to Philadelphia by Night. Thank you for those gifted subs. That puts you as our number one gifter. Mello. What is Mello doing?
Well, There's been something I've been wanting to try for a while, and it involves me being a dick. I'm turning it into a chicken. Roll wisdom.
Are you using polymorph on me?
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Aren't you both gonna have a friend?
For an hour.
Girlfriend or boyfriend? Uh-oh. Did he nat 1?
Does it have legendary resistances though?
It's a Leviathan, yeah, it does.
Oh no.
He succeeds.
I
Oh.
was going to say, that doesn't mean that he has to use them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Listen, he only has so many of those.
He succeeds.
Fine. Well then, I'll use some bardic inspiration and send that to Ezra.
Okay. And speaking of, it's now Setiel's turn. Not Ezra's turn. I almost said Ezra's turn, but it's Setiel's turn. Big old watery thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Now is the perfect time to be able to create destroy water.
Only works like 50 square foot.
Hey, quit
I mean,
raining on my parade still.
Sorry.
That 50 square foot of Leviathan is just gone.
me looking at my spell list.
Oh yeah, you do have cleric.
No.
It's only like a few gallons, trust me. It had to be like,
Yeah.
"Quick, destroy water.
I
Quick,
know.
destroy water. Destroy water. My arms are
Level
tagged. I'm
6
out of
spell slot. Level 6 spell slot. No.
And you do like that much damage to it.
Yeah. Let's see. Bonus action, he'll activate his blade song.
So secretly, somewhere on the ship, you hear doom, 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 doom. Young man, don't you know what I said, young man?
Maybe.
Or no, even better yet, since you're in the ocean, it's in the Navy.
Good grief. Okay, and
You
for my
can't deny that Setiel listens to the village people. I'm just saying.
yeah, for my action, I will use
All right.
haste on myself.
Bonus action, blade song, action to cast haste.
Yep.
You got it.
Alrighty, which
feel
gives
like
me no. Never
He
mind.
would be the chief.
No, that does give me an extra action already. So I'm gonna attack.
Okay. Go for it. I feel like he would be the chief. You know what I'm saying?
23.
23 hits him, yeah.
Okay, for 9 damage.
Woohoo.
Yes.
All right. Action, bonus action, action. You're
Yep.
good? All right. Moving right along to
I mean, we're in melee, so
Ezra.
If I'm in melee range, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna
pouch.
try to hit it.
Cast
I'm bringing
pouch.
I'm bringing out the big dice for this because
Muscle Wizard casts Fist.
what was my plus to hit?
I need to make one of those at some point.
A Muscle Wizard?
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
make
yeah,
a
that's
Barbarian
what that
Wizard.
does. I know somebody who's done that.
Had that.
Cast Mage Armor on yourself since it doesn't
Yes.
require concentration. Then launch into battle with Wanton Abandon.
We had that. Crom was a barbarian wizard.
Was he?
Yeah.
Who played Crom?
JT!
JT.
JT!
Of course it was JT!
Of course it was JT.
Uh,
Rage Mage.
so I'm using a key point
Uh-huh.
for my last hit to do the third hit, which means that one's going to be psychic damage. But does a 21, 23, and 26 hit?
Yes, they do.
Nice. I forgot how much damage I do with punches. That's a good.
Punch! One punch!
It's been that long since we've actually been in combat.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've punched something. Stop
feels
touching
good.
my mom's stuff. So that
So what I'm hearing is more fighty.
Oh, what I'm waiting on to see is how hard Tongaroi hits with a smite at this level. That's going to be glorious.
If I can get a nat 20 with my flail of smiting.
Ouch.
um
You still have that
That's a
scimitar,
second,
don't you? Gives you the extra attack? To Tonga? You took the scimitar speed, remember?
The look on the face is the best. How much damage did you do there?
I got 6, 8, and then 11 psychic.
25.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if there would be a difference between
People
the two.
making
And
me do
then
math and shit.
carry. Okay, so whenever I hit a creature, this is something I haven't used in a freaking while. Part of the soul knife that I'm playing, I can invoke something whenever I do psychic damage. So I'm going
The Wrath of
Uh,
Poseidon.
the Wrath of Poseidon. He quivers before me. Fuck off. I wanna invoke Wrath, so the target suffers disadvantage on all attack rolls against any other target except for me until the end of my next turn.
Okay. So you're basically taunting him.
Yeah.
Did you just like saying up a little bit? Like now your
Yeah.
hair is like you just went bigger Oni, like the horns went a little larger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna die here, but I believe in you all.
I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die doing this. I have a very big
Oh.
feeling, but I'm doing my best.
I got healing spells, you're good.
In response to your hey, hit me.
Hit me.
A la Agent Q from Men in Black. Hit me!
I
he
mean,
says,
you. That's me.
Okay. And he takes a legendary action to slam into you.
God. Okay. Yep. It's fine.
23.
That hits.
How close is he to me?
It's gargantuan. How close is it to you? It's there.
Or how close
How
am
close
I
is
to you?
Ezra?
How close is Ezra to me?
I don't know. You tell me.
I wasn't here like just the beginning, but I feel like if something was going on, Ezra.
You
would've
telling me
probably
we weren't
close.
holding hands before battle?
I figure you
Blasphemy.
don't always hold hands.
That's a
Are
lie.
you trying to impose disadvantage? Is that what you're trying to do?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'll roll with disadvantage. Hey, guess what? You really saved his ass because my other roll was a 20. So it's still a 23 to hit you, though. You're going to take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 2 acid damage.
Poison and acid aren't the same thing, right?
No, they are not.
Okay,
If you are
I just
immune
wanted
to
to double check.
poison, you are not immune to acid.
I'm immune to poison. And disease.
Who
Yes.
is calling me now?
It is not me.
No, it's some spam thing. Credit response. Woo.
Okay. Tangaroa, it's your turn now.
Heck. Okay. Well, I don't use this flail enough, so I'm gonna use it. Yeah, pretty much. I've never been able to hit a nat 20 with it either. So
Try harder. If only you got into combat more often where you could roll. You can talk to your DM about that. Oh, wait.
Or use the flail more often. That Ezra and I went to such great lengths to get for you.
27 to hit.
27 hits him.
Cool. Wasn't a nat 20, but and I'll hit it with a level 3 smite just for fun.
Okay. Drop that damage on me.
Okay.
Swear to God, the next one of you that gives me the numbers individually, I'm going to add them up. I'm not going to do anything. I'm
I
gonna
didn't-
just
What-
gonna
I didn't know
complain.
psychic would be different.
What if the
No, that's
numbers
fine.
are different elements?
Yes, I need to know that. So, all right, stop. It's her.
Just to be sure, this is not a fiend, right?
No, not a
Okay.
fiend.
God, I do not have enough d8s out. I gotta get more. 28 bludgeoning.
28 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no, that's part of that's radiant. Okay, so it was I don't use this weapon enough, so that was 12 bludgeoning,
16 radiant.
16 radiant. I could do math.
That's 28.
Yeah. Yes, that's it.
Awesome.
And that's my turn.
Okay. The ship is reloading this round. So you can, however, command others to try and do things like make repairs. And to answer the question you've asked me, those last hits, I realize that it has that property. You can command some of the crew members to start making repairs, which will allow you to roll depending on how many you assign to it, but that means that other things will go away. Like if you don't have anybody helming it trying to steer it, I can allow you to use the 5 positions that you have available to repair it, but that also means that like you will forego other things. So like if you have everybody repair, you're muted by the way.
So if I keep Rylton on the guns, that'll like leave the guns for the next round. But if I leave
Correct.
Eleanor at the helm, that's fine. So that'll be 2. So I can leave 3 people to do repairs.
Correct, and that will repair 3d6 worth of damage.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll 3d6 for repairs. Keep in mind that sometimes there will be reasons to use others, like you can try to take evasive maneuvers, which will allow you to use Eleanor and
Seraphina?
yes,
Rylton?
thank you. Rylton is guns along with what's Brugger?
Helmsman.
Oh, Helmsman is Brugger then.
Yep.
Helmsman and Eleanor would be using evasive maneuvers.
Oh yeah.
But Seraphina and Rylton would be guns.
Yep. Okay. I think I had Seraphina as first mate. Or am I thinking this wrong? Excuse me while I just go look up my information. 'Cause I'm a fool.
Hang on, let me go look at my family.
Let me look at my my own mom's crew. It's been a hot minute. Brugger, where are you? Oh, he's a boatswain.
So he
deals
would
a lot
actually
with the
be
masts and stuff like that.
he would be your repair guy.
Yep.
So there you
So
go.
that leaves Dalt, Brugger, and Nulwin, and Makia, unless we don't count Nulwin. Or Dalt.
Nolan, we count Dalt for something else, like using him to make additional repairs or to help in other locations.
Who needs orange slices? Who needs their energy up?
Vitamin C. Vitamin C.
Avoid scurvy, everyone.
All right, you little shits, come get your apple juice and orange slices.
Dalt's the soccer mom that shows up with orange slices and juice for all the kids, wine and champagne and orange juice for the moms. Listen, we're out here on a Saturday. Might as well make the best of it. Mimosas.
That is 100% Dalt. You cannot tell me otherwise. Oh God, I love him. He's great.
Anyways, okay, so they're repairing at 3d6 to heal the ship up.
Perfect. 11.
Okay,
It's a shame.
so you restore 11 HP. Basically, it's like hammering in pieces of the board, clearing debris, and doing shit like that. All right, we are back up to the top of the round. It's my turn. Oh boy. Oh, what a night. Doing math again. And you guys have done that much damage. Cool. Now I know where I'm at. All right. He whips his tail back and forth, and he is going to actually.
Anything not at me disadvantage.
Oh, you don't have to worry about this because he is going to disappear under the waves for a moment.
Oh, he's so sleepy.
As you realize, as he dives into the water, it creates a sheer wall of water that washes over the vessel, rocking it to the side. So the first thing I need is everybody to give me strength saving throws.
Everyone who's within 10 feet of me gets advantage. I think.
-1. This doesn't help me.
Double check that. Double check that.
Yeah.
Let's say you're a paladin. What's your aura bonus?
We're all doing great tonight.
I'm gonna need some more D6s. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you did, punk.
You remember how to learn to swim, right?
That was the story's boned. She's tied off, though. That's all she says. She's
I have a
surface
19. What?
Still going over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I rolled an 18 plus 1. Fuck off.
Starting at 6th level, whenever friendly creatures within 10 feet of you that must make a saving throw, they gain a bonus equal to my charisma modifier, which is 5.
Correct. So it's a plus. So I'm going to say that you're all clustered close enough together that I'll allow it to happen.
So a +5 and it's a strength save, right?
Strength saving throw plus 5.
25.
25, you're fine. Okay.
I guess that puts me at a 24.
A 24. Okay.
Oh,
Sarah.
I have a -1 and I rolled like shit.
Oh. Can I give my bardic inspiration over?
I don't think it's gonna do much.
You never know.
Okay, so let's see here. Going around, and I realize I don't need these 6s. What a silly man. I need 10s. Yeah,
Yeah. Sarah and I was sitting there going, why are you talking about D6s? You're needing D10s. What's wrong with you?
I've used this thing against people. Come on.
I know. I was one of your targets.
Hey. Shh. The adult is adding. I'm dropping dice as well. Ah!
You're welcome.
38. No, that was it. Okay, sorry. Okay, so when the wall appears, all other creatures within its area must make a strength saving throw. A creature takes 38 points of damage if you have failed the save, or half as much on a successful one. Zastari, what did you make? What did you have?
24.
You will take 19.
Is this, just out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
is this elemental damage or is this like bludgeoning damage?
Bludgeoning damage.
Son of a bitch.
Bludgeoning damage. Zora. Just from the look on your face, 38 points damage.
I feel that.
Okay. Satil.
25.
19 points of damage. Mellow.
I owe you
11.
38.
Mm-hmm.
Tangaroa.
23.
23.
Yeah.
38.
That's a 15 on my con save.
Equal to half. You failed.
Half of 19?
Oh, half the damage taken. Sorry, I was thinking my brain thought you took 30.
I took
No,
30
you're fine.
damage with a 23.
You took 38 points of damage with a 23. Yes.
See, I think it's like 25.
Cool. My Shadow Blade is
24.
also still active.
24.
Zistari had it, yeah. So 24 is the save. And that would leave us with our buddy down there with your 19. 20. What'd you have total?
Me?
Mhm.
25.
25. Oh, you're 19.
P. Quit
Don't
rolling the
talk
same
to
thing
me.
as me. No.
You task.
20, sorry,
Mellow.
19.
Also,
Mellow
my
is the hair
Shadow Blade
out.
is also still active.
No,
It's
I
sparkling.
rolled a 12. I have a +8, and then I got a +5 from Tonga.
So
I rolled
there
a
you go.
19. I got a +1. +5 from Tonka. That paladin save was the only thing that saved me there.
Delicious.
The entire vessel is caught within it.
Oh god, does the boat take more
As
damage?
this thing, no, it is not. However,
People on board it.
there is a scream as the water washes a crew, as several of the crew members go over the side of the boat into the water.
No.
Okay, wait. I want to say everybody knows how to swim at least.
But it's rough water, probably.
It is choppy water that is churning with a
Who
leviathan.
goes? Did you pick specifically who goes over?
It is not one of your 5. It is crew.
Oh,
Because there's more than just 5 people manning this vessel.
okay. Yeah.
There has to be more than just 5 people manning this big goddamn ship.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 5 minutes. I could come up with 13 more people. I swear.
Try 30.
Okay, at least 15 minutes.
Don't do that. You are challenging him, and he is of the
I already have another ship that has like 6 people on it, so that's extra people. Plus, a lot of them already have
he
partners.
has the propensity that if somebody says "bitch, you won't," he'll do it. So
That-
don't. Just don't.
You fuck
next
around
thing
and
I
find
know-
out, Gene.
Next week.
I got you.
Because you gotta have a burial at sea for the 5 that just drown. No, I mean... I'm kidding, Q, please don't. Oh, look. Otter's like, you won't do it. I'm gonna get a tell later tonight, aren't I? I'm gonna get a private message. It's like, here's the list, bitch. It's just the names, face claims for each one. Actually, it's a link to a Google Doc, and it's just gonna have face claims, backstory for the other 25 crew members. That's adorable. All right, so
Otter has already instanced it, so it's fine. I'll do it. Continue on.
all right. That is his turn. Sora, you are trapped in this wall of water right now.
Okay. Fantastic. What kind of roll do I need to make to get the F out of the wall of water?
Athletics.
Just to go well. Even with my added proficiency,
I'll say, what spells you got?
13? Doesn't really do good if I'm in a wall of water drowning.
You cartwheel your arms around as best you can to try to swim, and you are just turning in circles of this churning tidal wave of water. I'm going to say that that is your movement and not your action, so I will still allow you to do that. She's
Okay.
like, Misty Step.
Oh, question. Since it did do damage to me, would I have Misty stepped out of it? Because I do have the Pact trait, Misty Step, as a reaction.
If you have it as a reaction, you could have on your turn, on the previous turn, said you use your reaction to Misty Step out to a place where it's a little safe.
Yeah. We're going to say that.
Okay,
'Cause
it is not
otherwise-
taking up the entirety of the ship, so but it is 50 feet thick, you were on the edge of it. So you would have to move 25 feet out, which you can do on the ship. It's
Okay.
easy to move out of the way. All right, so you bamf out of the water.
Looking like drowned rat. 3 more Eldritch Blasts.
You son of a bitch!
Oh yeah, all in Sylvan, just screaming at it. 23, 22, and 24.
Oh, yeah, all of those hit.
I'm getting a calculator up. I'll give you all the damage at once.
You can just give it to me. It's fine. I don't mind. I do math really well in my head, so pretty well.
34 force damage.
34 force damage. All right, thank you.
Bonus action flips off the wall of water.
Just giving it the double deuces. How'd that go again?
It's the somatic component of her.
That's the somatic component of your spell.
That's the somatic component for Eldritch Blast sometimes.
There you go. The story.
So this wall of water seems to be part of this Leviathan, of this water elemental that's attempting to kill us.
You're not certain. It dove under the water and created this tidal wave behind it.
Okay. I want to use my bonus action for Eye of Detail, which allows me to make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object.
Okay.
Finally, Inquisitive is being useful for something! That is a 12 plus 9 for 21.
It is not hidden. It is actually under the water.
But this wall of water is not part of it?
Not you can tell. Mm-mm.
Okay. Alright. Well, in that case, I will be using my full action to throw my Shadow Blade into
So I
the
was waiting for
water.
you to jump into the water.
No. I know how to tread water. I don't know how to swim.
You need a hat of water breathing and a ring of free action.
Pretty much. Now, just somebody cast haste on me. It'll be fine. Anyway, so I am going to throw my Shadow Blade at it.
All right.
And because for whatever reason, Shadow Blade is not actually showing up at my actions area, which it should. What time of day is it?
It is mid-afternoon, so around 4.
Okay, then that doesn't matter. It's fine. Alright.
No, you wouldn't have advantage at this point in time.
No, that's why I'm asking. But that's okay.
Unless the tidal wave, you can argue the tidal wave blocks out part of the sun.
That is a 17 to hit.
That actually hits.
Beauty. Cast that at 2nd level, however, those are d8s, not d6s. Because Shadow Blades deal psychic damage. For a total of 5 psychic damage.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god. Can I not? I would prefer not. For a total of 2. if this is to get possessed by the blade, she's not using that one because then he's going to wind up at the bottom of the ocean with her with no way to get it back.
You just let me worry about this.
Okay,
Because you are no longer in control.
son of a bitch.
You are a prisoner trapped, watching through the eyes as you see a tawny, lean figure standing there, handsome, beyond belief, all sharp edges and angles. His hair is ruffled and tossed back, and he looks like somebody you would actually kind of,
Enjoy.
get down with, so to speak. But he looks back over at you and winks and says, I've already told you, love. I don't want to end up in the bottom of the ocean. So, you let me pilot this thing, and we'll be right back. Also, because you are concentrating, but you are trapped in there,
Yeah.
your shadow blade disappears. Okay. Bonus. Okay,
That's it.
my turn. All right, cool. We'll see what happens on your next turn. Mellow.
So it's not hidden, so I can see it.
It's in the water.
Okay, cool.
But so are
let's
you.
see.
Like, you are in the midst of this water.
Yeah, but I can see it. So it's 1d6, 2d6, 3d6, 4d6. Oh, let's just do all of them, shall we? And one more. Okay, so that's oh, that's a 1. That's not good. Let's see.
Do
We
you
got
have elemental
5
affinity?
affinity.
The feat.
No, not that I'm aware of.
It's like if you do, that 1 counts as a 2.
Oh, actually, I might have gotten that at the beginning. Let me double check. Yes. Elemental Adept Fire.
That's it. Adept.
Alright, so we got 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. 44 fireball damage.
It's made out of water.
It
Hang
doesn't
on.
say any
Let me-
immunities.
That's what I was about to say. It's made out of water, and yet it's not resistant nor immune to fire damage. I guess you can vaporize it. Anyways, 44, you said?
Correct.
Jesus, man.
I'm just glad I could use all 11 dice for that.
Sarah, you've infected him with explosionitis.
Fireball is fantastic.
It is.
Highly recommended.
I mean,
Just fireball.
who
Only
doesn't
fireball.
love-
I gave the spell up.
Somebody had to have it.
That seems like a you problem.
Yeah.
Nobody told you to do that, she said.
I mean, you did take a pretty badass spell though in its place. So,
Yeah. It's
but
true.
still, fireball.
Okay, this is what I was at. Minus that. Okay, I did have my math right. Oh yeah. I like it when I do my math right. All right, my math. Okay, with that, you let off this cacophonous blast that slams through the water and ignites. There's a bunch of fish come floating to the surface as you watch the impact of this explosion hit the water and sends a spout of water flying into the air and raining down on everything. It like surfaces. And it uses 2 of its legendary actions.
Oh, okay.
To slam into the ship. It hits.
Has a disadvantage since he's not hitting me.
It still hits.
Oh, it still hits.
What's
Okay.
what's the AC of the ship?
Well, I know it's 15, but I'm just double checking.
He hits.
Okay. I figured.
Unless I roll a 1, he hits.
It could happen.
That's fair. 30 points of bludgeoning damage to the side of the ship.
Yep.
And 2 acid damage. Jesus. Blurp, blurp, blurp.
Still on the correct before what you said to me, the 2.
That I've already calculated.
Oh, okay,
all that.
perfect.
So the number I gave you already has all that calculated in there.
Yep.
So save you the troubles. So yes, only 30, not 60.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And that is your turn there with the fireball. Satil.
This thing is visible out of the water, yes?
It is under the water.
Said it's surface to hit the boat, right?
Well, yeah, you're right. No, I'm sorry. It did appear to hit the boat, so it's up.
It's on the other end of the tidal wave?
It's on the other side of it, yeah.
Right. Okay. Tidal wave is how thick?
50 feet.
50 feet. Lovely. Okay.
Curiouser and curiouser.
No, I hate when he gets that look on his face because there's some fuckery afoot right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
That face right there just says, "I got some bullshit. I'm gonna throw at you." Catch it.
maybe.
And all I've got's the tennis racket, so it's just.
Now, I'm gonna use my action to activate his radiant soul.
Okay.
How tall is this tidal wave?
250 feet.
250 feet.
Tall as
alrighty.
hell. Tall as hell.
I will use all 3 of my actions to fly over it.
Okay. So your 2 actions and your movement.
Because I'm see, the ship is
What's your fly speed?
the ship is how far off the water?
The ship is 25. No, the ship is 15 feet above the surface of the water.
50 feet above the surface of the water.
Well, you should say the
So-
deck of the ship is 15 feet above the
Right,
surface
right,
of
right.
the water.
So that
Cutting
would
it at 235.
So that puts me 5 feet above the top of this wave.
What is your movement on the fly? What's your fly speed?
With haste, right now it's 80 feet.
Okay.
So 80, action to dash 80, extra action from haste, another 80. So 240 feet.
Hold on a second. Please hold.
Okay.
That's all I got.
No, it was. I like it. We got to get that and loop it.
Please hold while your DM is reached.
That'd be a thing. Good grief. Haste does double movement speed.
No, I understand that.
E.
I
And
got no
then,
problem with that.
then Blade Song increases my movement speed by 10.
Okay.
So 30 plus 10 from Blade Song, doubled to 80. Action dash, haste dash. For 240.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're good. All right, so you are 5 feet above the tidal wave.
Yep.
And that's the end of your turn.
That's everything I got. As he just goes, wings, then gone. Bolt of light up into the air.
He just like spins. He like does that thing where he like turns his arm and digs his feet into the surface of the ship, and then just jump flies into the air. All right. When he comes down, if he's superhero landing, he's gonna kill his knees. Ezra,
Let's not do that.
you get up there, it appears right up in your face and goes
Ugh.
"Bap!" and just swats you away.
Ugly. He has no lips.
You watch
Can I
this
touch
tail just skips off the surface of the water. Beep, 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 beep.
Like a skipping stone, like a rock.
All right, so Ezra, you are. It is surfaced enough, but again, it's through the tidal wave. It's on the other side of it.
Nasty. I could use my little teleport that I have to get to him, but I don't want to be on him. I don't feel
Fortune
like that.
favors the bold, my friend.
Just let the tiny human go after him. It'll be fine.
He's got like an AC of at least 30. He'll be okay. It's
Who,
Satael.
Ezra?
No, Satael.
Satiel? Yeah, Satiel's like a 72 AC.
Yeah.
Zor's on the other
Give
side
or
of the
take.
wave.
And he's made a deal with a druid that's made from a blue lizard folk. So he has a 72 AC and 740,000 raptors.
God.
I mean, see, here's the thing. Where we are right now, though, it's more that many in the amount of giant owls. Because I need an air force.
He has 1,892 pterodactyls.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Right, that's fine.
For those of you who
don't get what
didn't
it is.
watch the previous Adventuring Company Monday night episodes where we played a different campaign and Eric played as a druid, a lizard folk druid, and the joke became he summons an ungodly amount of whatever creature it is he wants to summon. I think the first time it was 382 wolves. And then the second time it was 1,892 raptors. Hyperbole, it was like 20.
165 geese.
That's right.
Now I
Listen.
know he's
Listen,
All equipped with knives out of my
because
backpack.
peace was never an option.
Mess with the honk, you get the bonk.
Yeah.
I'm
But,
terrified of like 2 geese. I don't need that many geese.
Here's
Cobra
the thing.
chicken.
I wasn't even a shepherd druid at the time. That would have made it infinitely worse. Because they would have all had magical weapons.
It's Eric. It's just infinitely worse from the get-go. Whenever I see you make that face and you go, okay, let me start asking you questions, I'm like, shit.
I
Just
mean,
immediately like, shit.
next
All right.
round.
No, because I'm just going to attack you and just slap you out of the air.
Okay, go for it.
All right. It is it is Ezra's turn.
so I
What
can
were you doing,
attack
Ezra?
at a 30-foot range with my punches if I use key points. Can I reach him with that through the wave because it's
No.
psychic damage?
Because it's 50 feet, you goose.
Come on, come hang out on the other side with Zora. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay. I'll move over. I have 50 feet of movement. Can I make it? Yeah.
You're going to run through the tidal wave? Is that what I just heard you like try to infer to me, that you're going to run like Remo Williams through the tidal wave? You're just gonna like do that.
He just walks up to it, can't get through it, just gets smacked with the fucking water.
Make an
It's like
athletics check.
Oh no. I mean, actually, that's okay, I guess. I'm gonna take out the big dice for this again, because that's what I've been using all night. 21.
It's not a saving throw. Is there anything you can add to it? Yes, there is.
My bard dice. What is that dice? What
level dice is that, Steve?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted. D10.
That's a 10 on the die.
So that's a total of a 31.
Yeah.
You like dig your toe, the ball of your foot into the wood to get traction. Turn your shoulders and you just dart forward. As you do, you hit the wall of water, expecting it to be like an epic belly flop, but vertically. Instead, you straight through the water, and you're on the other side of the tidal wave, just out over the edge of the water. You're over the water because it was only about halfway on the ship. But you're there. As you all watch Ezra just blast through the water without even like some sort of like Noah or not Noah, some sort of Moses, as you just like part the waters with your body and then just like leap out over the edge of it. And as you do, you just draw your fist back. Go ahead and roll attack.
CB, I need you to make your bonus action after this with your Tavern Brawler to grapple the Leviathan.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Just
Can
I
I grapple one tentacle, please?
It doesn't have tentacles.
Oh. What did it hit me with? An arm?
Tail. Like its body. It went BAM!
So what? Is this like Monster Hunter, where if I hit a specific spot on his butt, the tail will come off? That was a 21 to hit.
Yeah, but it
is now.
21 hits it.
Just breaks into water. Good grief.
It just
It wets itself. It's fine.
Sorry.
Collect all the pieces.
That's a nat 20.
So later on you can make water elemental armor.
Oh, good grief.
I like it.
How much damage?
So, first attack was a 21 to hit. Second attack was a nat 20.
Okay.
Damage is, sorry, hold on. 20.
20 damage?
20
Were you just adding that all? I told you can give me the numbers. It's fine.
Nah, see, look, I got a calculator up for the ship's health anyway. So it's...
All right, so you blast through, punching it twice. Are you gonna try to do a third, or are you just gonna? I mean, you get a third anyway.
Yeah.
Because you have multi-attack, and then you have your bonus action.
Yes. Wait, does that mean I get 4 attacks if I use a key point?
You've been shortchanging yourself, haven't you?
I have been, yes.
Unarmed strike. After you take the attack action, you can take a bonus action if it is the attack was made with a monk weapon or unarmed attacks. So you can take 3 attacks normally. Was that
25 to hit?
Yeah, we've already established a 21 hit. So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do some psychic damage now. Nope, not going to. Not with a nat 1. Nope. That last hit was 8.
8 damage?
So 28 damage in total.
Okay. Magical.
I mean, to be fair, you did just sucker punch it.
Its own water defenses.
As you just jump through it. The head goes,
Sorry, I didn't knock, did I? My apologies.
What the hell was this thing?
Hello,
I was just kind of waiting for that moment where you jump through the water, its tail comes up and just bats you out of the air.
Yeah, I'll be back later.
sends you just yeeting
Fine,
across the
swim.
islands. And then you see somewhere along the way, you see Ezra, much like Satil, just boop, 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 off the surface of the water.
Sink it a
All
little.
right. After Ezra is Tangaroa, who I realized I spelt your name wrong. Fix that.
So this tidal wave, it's still up. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I want to do Triton things.
Oh shit.
And I want to go up to it, and I want to. It's like behind it, right? Like it's still.
Yeah. So there's this tidal wave that's moving through the ship on 50 feet, and then on the other 50 on the other side of that is the Leviathan.
Okay, I want to walk up to it, and I actually want to be Moses, and I want to part the sea with controlled water. Part the wave.
How much of that water can you control using control water?
I don't know. I hope it's a lot. 50 square feet, 25 feet deep.
So about half of the tidal wave.
Well, that's why I'm thinking I kind of like push it open, like not like move it entirely away, if you know what I mean.
So you're just trying to make about a Tangaroa-sized opening in the water?
Yeah.
5 feet wide?
Pharaoh, let my people go.
That is the wrong one.
Pretty sure he does part the water, but he parts
Yeah.
the water later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post
Just later. Post let my people go. He's
Post
let
let
the
my
people
people
go
go.
now.
You need to
Keep
We're
it
just catching up.
Skip-
It's fine.
get forward in the book because bad shit happens to the Egyptians. All right, so
But actually, at
It's all
that
from the
point,
same
Pharaoh.
story. Everybody
Actually, at that point,
knows
Pharaoh
the
is
whole
chasing
thing.
him down.
Yep.
Oh my god, it does
Either way.
not matter that much. It's all from the same story. Molly had the right fucking quote. Leave her alone.
D
Does
in
she
theology.
part the water or not?
Sure, she does. D in theology.
I feel like I can make a good-sized hole, at least, right? Like a good-sized opening.
Like a Tangaroa-sized opening.
And this is a creature of the sea, right?
The Leviathan? No. It's an elemental.
Oh,
Ergo, it is not of this sea.
God damn it. Okay. I wanted to talk to it, but okay.
Languages -- no.
I mean,
No, Aquaman, you cannot bubble thought to the fish.
can it speak abyssal?
Languages --
It's honey badger.
it does not give a fuck.
Alright, that's fine.
It
Not to be
doesn't
reasoned
care
with.
about you, your languages, your thoughts and prayers. None of it.
Your cows or your family.
Your cow,
Dishonor
your
on
family,
you.
dishonor on your family, dishonor on your cow.
Okay,
Dragon.
then since Ezra dove in after it, how
He
far?
didn't dive in after it so much as he just blasted through the water.
Walk into the wave face first, so it's fine.
He dove
Alright.
up after it.
Well, then I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on him.
Okay, in true wait, Shield of Faith is bonus action, control water being cast as a cantrip from your abilities. From
I
being a
think-
Tangaroa.
Yeah, I think Control Water is like it's always
An ability.
prepared,
It's an
so
ability.
it's an action.
It's a class it's a racial ability. Not a spell, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay. But what?
In
But
other
is it
words-
an action?
Yes, it is an action. What I'm trying to get you around is you can only cast one first level or higher spell. That's why I was saying it's a racial ability, isn't it?
Yeah. Then as a bonus action, I say you're doing great, sweetie.
No, I'm saying that as a bonus action, because it's a racial ability, you can cast Shield of Faith.
Oh.
If you were casting Control Water as a spell, you could not. But you are using it as a racial ability, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Listen, my horseshoes are on, which means the brain is off. So I'm
Gotcha.
casting Shield of Faith.
Gotcha. All right, you're casting Shield of Faith on Ezra.
Ezra.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. The ship can fire. It is
Only with the
too
ballistas,
close.
right?
Yes, it is too close to use the mangonels at this point in time, unless you want to try to reposition.
Would reposition takes up the action to fire, though? Yeah.
No. Because you have your helmsman and your captain not working on anything else, you can reposition the ship. And you have your other people gunning. What it does is it cuts down on how much you can do to repair the ship.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if Eleanor can work to reposition the ship.
Okay. We need a piloting skill check from her or from you.
I was gonna say I have proficiency in boats, so that's okay if I use that. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. What do I use?
It's going to be
Is it wisdom
will.
and then proficiency?
Mhm.
Okay. I couldn't remember what we used, if it was a specific thing or not.
I usually make it situational depending on what it is. Like if she were steering this thing in an actual squall trying to hold on to it, I would make her use strength to try to keep the helm at bay from the rudder from going crazy.
28.
28. She is able to position it. You can move how many feet per round? You can actually move this thing 40 feet if my math is right. Let's see. 5. Because at 30 feet, we estimate that at what, 2 miles an hour? Is that about right?
Kind of ship is it?
I'm using the sailing ship standard, which only has the travel pace listed as.
So like a sailboat?
Yeah, well, it's under. If you look in Ghost of Saltmarsh, there's actually like samples of ships there, and there's one called the sailing ship. That's what I'm using. So it has a traction of 5 miles per hour or 120 miles per day. It doesn't have anything per turn, so I'm estimating it at about 40 to 45 feet per. Let's say 45 feet per round. So, with that being said, you are able to get it in position that you can use the mangonels.
Okay.
However, it is going to take everybody else, so you can only heal 1d6 at this turn if you want to do so.
Okay. Okay. 1d6.
1d6 reparation damage.
Okay. That's fine. And only one attack per round, like per thing? Or
You have how many people available to shoot? Because you use 2 to pilot, 1 to heal. That leaves you with 2 people left.
yeah. So would it be one each?
Yes, one
Technically?
each.
Okay.
So you can make 2 attacks with it.
Okay.
And remember, it does 3d10 piercing damage.
Yeah.
So
And the
go ahead
mangonel does
and roll
5d10,
to
you
attack.
said, right?
That is correct. So you are within range to use the mangonels at this point in time.
Okay.
You can.
So
fire
can I
2
only
of them.
do one, like, mangonel fire?
No. You can do 2 mangonels, or you have enough to fire up to 3 ballista or 4 mangonels.
Okay, I'll fire 4 mangonels.
You can no. You have to have 4 people available. You only have 2 people available, so you can only fire.
So I can
2.
only fire once or
Yes.
2. Okay.
2
So
of
I'm
them.
rolling 2d20s then.
Correct.
So one's a 23 and one's an 18.
What's it? I'm sorry. Say that again.
There was an 18 to hit and a
Mhm.
23 to hit. 18. 23.
Both of those are going to hit.
Okay. Yep.
Hey, Cap.
Huh.
You're very close. 44. I just calculated it
44?
out. 120 miles per day. Its speed is 44 feet per round. So you were very close.
Too much D&D.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you say that like it's a problem.
It's not a problem. I can quit anytime I want.
Uh-huh. Sure.
He says, snorting powdered dice up.
Just, can you imagine trying to crush these, though? Can you imagine? Did I show you guys, as big as this is, I actually have a bigger one now.
Yeah, you did.
It's huge.
I'm waiting for once my schedule rebalances and I can start going back to Adventure League. I'm waiting for you to just clonk somebody with that one day.
I would never hit a player with dice.
No, you just hit your friend with dice.
I would never hit my friends with dice.
See, but what if I asked for it? See, that just means I get to grab it and run off.
That sounds like a conversation that needs to be held off camera.
63.
63 points of damage. Okay.
It took me a
That
bit.
is
Sorry, I don't have enough
good
dice out.
news.
Where's the box?
Okay. And we are back up to the top. The wave moves across the rest of the ship. And everybody gets moved with it. At the start of the Leviathan's turn, after the wall appears, the wall, along with any other creatures in it, moves 50 feet away from the Leviathan. Any huge or smaller creatures inside the wall or whose space the wall enters when it moves must succeed on a strength saving throw or take slightly less damage in the form of 5d10 as opposed to 6d10 slashing damage. So I need strength saving throws from, well, everyone.
Except for Satiel.
Yeah.
Except for Satiel. Except for Satiel and Ezra, who is on the other side of the wall. And I think Tangaroa as well, because Tangaroa went through the wall. So that would be the three of you. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, are we close enough to get Tangaroa's aura? Asking for a friend. That friend being me.
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not in control of my body. You still want me to throw a...
Oh, shit. What's your strength again? What's your strength save?
The modifier is a +1.
Okay.
You did this to me.
I did. Okay. I am going to just assume that none of you made that.
I rolled a 0.
Ouch.
What total is a 0?
1 minus 1 is 0.
22?
That is not a success.
That was we needed 24, right?
That's what Zastari got last time to succeed.
Yeah. Okay.
You all take 18 points of damage. I rolled 2 1s, an 8, a 2, and a 3. No, a 2 1s, an 8, a 5, and a 3. That's all I rolled. So 18 points of damage.
Okay, well, I'm at 40 HP, just so you're aware.
Okay.
Well, you're doing better than me.
Same.
To be fair, I didn't take the full brunt of that 39 at the very beginning, so...
Alright, I'm back. What happened? I got family aggro.
You're fine.
You're fine. Wall moved, slapped 3 of them that were on the ship again. But only 18 points of damage.
So I just watched it go underneath me like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it just went underneath you. However, it is going to now attack, and it has a target of opportunity right in front of it. Hi, buddies! I'm looking dead at Ezra.
I will say his disadvantage thing ended on my last turn, so
A 21 to hit
yep.
and a 32 to hit.
Just misses.
Sorry to hear that. So let's start off with the hurtin'.
Yeah.
That's one does.
15 bludgeoning, 9 acid.
Okay.
As one does. 21 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And 11 more acid. As he slams his body against you, hits the water, and slaps his tail against you, and then pulls back up again on the surface.
Listen, buddy, this ain't cute. Go home. I'm sorry we
he's
failed
aware.
in your area.
He is so aware that it is not cute.
I mean, what if I told him he was cute? Wait, what if I told him he was cute? Is that like a mood booster for him? Will he feel better about himself? Listen, buddy, you're the cutest.
Well, you have to make a.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You were a strong individual.
We're gonna need
not-
you to seduce the
Hurting
Kraken.
me, please.
Seduce the Kraken.
See, B, that sounds like a performance check to me.
I'm not proficient, but I'll try it.
Neither is Mello, so it's fine.
Oddly enough,
Actually,
not
isn't he
Teal is.
proficient now? Didn't
I
he get
think he is.
some-
Oh, he is
proficient
now, yeah.
All right. So after that thing tried to slap the piss out of you, Zora, it's your
Try.
turn.
Okay, back in the water.
Do that face again. That was funny. Yeah, you're in the water again.
Feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I'm feeling it.
I just love the fact that you were so thirsty for combat this morning.
Now
Now you're literally drowning in it.
I'm drowning in it. Yeah, too much combat.
You need a mop and a bucket.
I'm gonna need like some flex tape for this shit. Because they're in water, can they do any spells with verbal components or nah, bro?
No. However, you did take damage on its turn as a reaction.
I can only do that once.
Once per
Sure.
like short rest.
Yep.
Oh, so sorry.
Unless you got a nap like in that real quick 6 seconds and not
Stay in
having
the
it again.
water for a minute and you'll get a real good nap.
Yeah, she'll conk right out. It'll be great. She'll go hang out in the summer court.
Plenty of rest there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Well-
not rest at all. That's summer court. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna
Yeah.
just go hang out in the summer court.
For the rest of eternity, it sounds like.
Apparently, yeah. No one knows about that yet either. So
What-
they'll be
What was
trying
that
to bring
about
her back.
making deals?
Doing great, guys.
Mm.
Alright, I'm just looking to see if I have anything that doesn't have a verbal component that I can yeet at this fine, upstanding ocean individual. That's going to be a negatory.
Oh, just so you know, Satil, the sorry, I'm looking at something real quick.
Okay, she's going to roll an athletics check to try and get out of the wall again. Because that's all she can do right now. And I just, 4? That gets me out, right?
Yeah. No. It is 50 feet shorter. It's now 200 feet from the surface of the water. You are stuck in the water.
Cool. I'm down for it.
You are not here for this, are you?
I'm totally here for this. I'm here for this. Zora, on the other hand, not here for this at all.
Okay. So is that your turn? Okay. Sorry.
Can't do
hang
anything
on a
else
second.
with
I need
verbal.
to. All right.
like double checking all my feats and packs and.
All right, then let us move on to me. Well, it's a story, but me. You watch as the fellow that is there looks back at you with a bit of concern on his face. No, love, this is not going to happen today. I'm not a fan of being lost if I'm not careful. The blade's amorphous ability, you watch as the rapier changes and you feel some tether or connection to something otherworldly. As it does, you realize you are no longer standing in water but on dry land. It whips the blade out and flicks water off of it and then goes to try to attack the creature. What's your attack bonus?
With that particular weapon?
For Razil.
13.
Okay. 2 hits. Go ahead and roll damage for me. 2 hits.
Two rapier hits? Okay. I don't think I have enough d6s out for this. Again. Because I'm assuming something or somebody is close enough within 5 feet of this thing to give me sneak attack, yes?
Yeah. His name is Ezra.
Oh, his name is Ezra? Fantastic. Alright. So, that is 5 plus 5 is 10. Plus 8 for 18, plus 9 for 27. Plus 2 for 29.
It's a lot of dice.
29 plus 15 for
44
points of damage. Yeah.
Is that both hits?
Yep, that's all of it together.
Okay, cool. You watch as he walks over and handsomely places one hand in this gauntleted glove folded back. He reaches up and caresses your cheek, leans forward, kisses you full on the mouth, and you feel control return back to you. The blade says in your head, that's how you do it, love. You feel some new knowledge in your head, and we'll talk about that more later.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
All right, but that is your turn.
Is it a full action to consume a charge, or is that a bonus action?
Oh, you know what? I never made the con save on his, by the way.
For
I
his
should have been
wounds?
taking damage.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
which
only
he
on
has.
his turn. It's only on his turn, so.
Right.
And I
So,
just created 2 more, so.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me the damage for. We've had 1 round, 2 rounds, 1 round. Go ahead and give me the damage on that.
Sure. That is 6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
The
6
magical
necrotic
wound.
damage. Okay.
And then I would have created 2 more with those attacks, so he now has.
So
3.
on his turn, he has 3 now. So I'll put a note on there myself.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you never told me what it was to consume the charges.
It is an action.
Is it a full action?
It's a full action to consume the charges.
I have to stab myself. Fantastic.
Kinda.
Okay.
All right.
I've been keeping
Mellow.
track of that. So.
Mellow, you watch as Zastari throws her rapier forward, and the blade sort of melts in, and you watch as this liquid metal form kind of slices through the water and then reappears on the other side with Zastari holding the rapier out. And then making, in unusual fashion, one blade swipe and another flourish to hit it twice. It doesn't take a high passive perception to notice that's weird.
Yeah, we're talking about that later. Well, yeah, that's. Meanwhile, though, I'm still, let's see, 30 feet. Yeah, I can't do a whole heck of a lot with when I'm not in melee range and don't have any ability to do verbal.
Big mood.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'll do vicious mockery. No.
Oh wait, I'll do no. Oh no.
I mean, I could do minor illusion.
The illusion of air around me.
Just like Wile E. Coyote, like signs, like
Glub glub.
help.
It's just a sign that says glub glub.
All right. Well, am I able to? You said she's on dry land, so was the that was all in her head, or was that something that the sword was able to do?
She's on the other side of the wall of water.
Okay.
She's on the deck of the boat outside of the water.
I guess the better question
You've never
is,
seen her.
Fair enough. All in her head. I don't know
everything that I described to her about the handsome fella with that was all just as a story.
Makes sense. I'm gonna do my best to get through the wall of water then.
Okay, athletics.
All right.
I'm rooting for you.
Same. One of us gotta get out of here.
Just dive right through it, like spearfish it.
17.
You try in frustration. Look, 4 more rounds and it'll be gone.
Uh-huh.
You can join the
hold
fight
your
later.
breath that long.
I mean, it's only 6-second round, so
You'll be 200 feet out, but the water will be gone.
Okay.
Don't hate me. I didn't create this thing. I just decided to use it.
I mean, if that was that using technically an action then, and it's not just my movement.
I'm
Or
going to
would I
say
be
it's
able to
just your
technically-
movement.
Okay, then I could try to dash and try to not suck as bad.
I'm sure I'll let you do it.
All right.
We'll call it you're
Okay, let's
trying
move
to. You know what? Nah, no, never mind. Just go ahead. You can play through, guys. Set deal.
I'll fly. I'll try and get us back to the ship.
Is this Leviathan being gargantuan size? Is it reared up any?
What? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's up in the air a bit. So,
how tall?
Thank you once again to Mr. Raymond Barber Jr. for gifting a sub. You total gifts this time around have been 5 subs.
Hey.
This
stuff,
last
good
one
stuff.
was to Mira Kitsune, so thank you so much for the gift, man. That's awesome.
Yes.
We appreciate the support. All right, so sorry, back to there. Yes, it is a little bit out of the water. So
How much?
not the full height of the thing. It's probably only about 20. Let's say it's about 40 feet up out of the water, which would be its full height because it's gargantuan. Because it's 15, 20. So let's say it's 20 feet up out of the air, or out of the water. There you go.
Okay, I can do this then.
It is 160 feet. 180 feet from you.
Yeah.
No, you were 240. It is 20. You are 220 feet from it.
Yep. I just need to get closer. So, movement dash, just straight line down.
Like a peregrine falcon in a dive, just.
Basically, yeah.
You know, it's always faster. Yeah, it's just wings folded in.
Yeah, see, because last time I had to go straight up. This time I'm just direct angle at it, as opposed to going at a
somewhere on the air. You hear. That's
That's what the Blade song's doing right now. No, and as he is heading down, he spins the short sword into a brief flourish into a reverse grip, as he just vanishes in a flash of light, and will appear on the opposite end, above the water from the Leviathan, as he will cast Steel Wind Strike.
I feel like that's some anime shit right there.
That is some anime shit right there. So I'm going to use my luck point to reroll that 2. Luck point gave me a natural 20, so I'm okay with this.
Give me some damage.
I do not have enough d10s for this. Hold on.
Said
Can you use the
no,
dice
it's
roller
supposed to
on
be.
D20, D&D Beyond?
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm having to click a lot.
If you click it on the side, you can tell how many you want it to roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
that plus
That's-
level.
Yes, he did. He just did a Pokemon move.
Yeah, that is 119 damage.
How many D10s is it?
12.
And what spell is this?
Steel Wind Strike.
I've never banished a spell from my fucking games before.
And this can target up to 5 creatures in an area. And it's a 60-10 per creature targeted. So I'm only hitting one thing, 60-10, doubled for 12d10 because of the crit, plus 11 radiant because of my radiant soul.
How many D10s?
12.
How are you getting 12?
60-10 for hitting one target.
Oh, it's
Crit.
not 20. Not
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay, so it's not that off. It's not that awful
No,
all the time.
No, you can only target the creature once with the spell, like when you cast it.
No, yeah, I got it.
But you can target up to 5 creatures in an area when it's cast. So it's 60-10 per creature it hits.
And you're 5 feet on the opposite side of it.
Yeah, I'm right next to it now.
Awesome.
But it has taken 119 damage.
It has taken 119 damage. That's disgusting. Just so you know.
Let's go again. Let's go again.
One more.
Muted.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I technically can, but
No,
I'll have to wait till next
You
round.
can. I was like, you can't right now.
Yeah, no, not right now. Heck no. No.
Oh, you're getting drowned, buddy.
Oh, I know I am.
That's all there is to it.
I kind of figured.
At the end of your turn, he uses a legendary action to beat the piss out of you. So 32 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit. Smack me with that damage.
16 and 7 acid. 16 bludgeoning, 7 acid.
So a total of what?
23.
23?
Mhm.
I will use my reaction to burn my other 5th level spell slot to use the Song of Defense and reduce the damage to 0.
Okay. So now you can't do that again.
I still have a 6th level spell slot.
Oh, fuck you.
That's how you play D&D. Make the DM say "fuck you."
Never in my life have I ever said it that often to a single player
I'm
than
sorry.
it has been to Eric.
As someone
You're
who
not. Don't you lie to me. You're not sorry one damn bit. Don't you lie to me.
Well, no,
you regret
but-
nothing.
I regret nothing. That's correct.
All right.
Song of Defense can sacrifice a spell slot as a reaction to reduce damage up to 5 times that level.
All right, so Ezra, it's your turn. You watched as Satil used Steel Strike, and it was super effective.
Why did I let him go first? Because I can't follow that up. The fuck you want from me?
throw the
Look, I got
Pokeball back at
stage
him.
fright. What
Yeah,
the
right.
fuck?
Yeah, listen,
No.
listen. First of all, remember you got to do the Henry Cavill fist reload.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm gonna exit stage left. Like,
You're
you know
like,
what? He's
you know
got
what?
this. I'll just walk off into the ocean. It's fine. Bye, guys.
And if anybody has no idea what I'm talking about with the Henry Cavill fist reload, the bathroom fight scene in Mission Impossible, the most recent one,
yeah,
Yeah.
Henry stands up and like literally goes that with his arms, like he's reloading his fist to fight it again.
My favorite variant of that was when I saw somebody do like a meme of it where they went, hold on.
Yep.
Like shotgun reloaded their arms. I was like, okay.
I cannot do big damage with just fists.
Yes, you can. Come on, you got this. Nat 20.
4
do
times
it.
in a row, please.
Do it.
Hypnotic ass.
I believe in you.
You got 4 hits you can do. Come on.
Yeah,
my
I'm
belief,
gonna
roll well.
I'm gonna do the 4 hits. And the last one's gonna be the psychic damage again because it's empowered with keys. So I'm gonna do that minus that. But I'm gonna take some. There's one thing that I can do that's life drain. I can gain temporary hit points equal to half the damage of my attacks deal. So
Okay.
I'm at 19 health. So
Feel that.
I need a little bit of extra padding for big boy. That one misses, so that's fine. That's a 4 on the dice. That is a 21, and that is a 20.
Okay. What was you said it's a 4 on the die. What was the total on that to hit?
12.
Okay. No, you're right. That would have missed. But the other 2 did hit. And what about the
And
last
the fourth one is there's a 16 on the die plus 8. 24.
one? Hit. So you had 3 hits. 3 hits out of him.
I've moved all my d10s away because I'm afraid to do that boat damage again. So I put my d8s away. So if that was 3 hits. 8, 6, and 3, 2, 3. For 29 damage total, 6 of that was psychic.
Okay. 29 total though.
And that divided by 2. Okay. Can I have that? Thanks. I don't care about beyond 20. Leave me alone. Don't know me. The duck dice is first again.
Okay.
That's a shame.
I'm gonna regret staying here, but I will stay here.
You gonna hold your ground,
Sadly. Yeah.
Tangaroa? You're in the water with it.
Yeah.
Because your ass can't walk on the surface of the water like somebody else I know.
Nope. But I can. How close is Ezra to me?
It's 10 feet.
All right.
Latch onto him like a spider monkey.
Well, technically, Ezra can't stand on the surface of the water. Ezra would have to continue to move on the surface of the water.
Well,
I'm going to say that again so that Ezra understands what I just said. Ezra would have to move across the surface of the water.
So
You
does
are
that mean
not
I'm, like-
Jesus. You would have to move to keep on top of the water.
So am I like tap dancing on the water right now to stay afloat? To stay on
No,
top of
you
it?
would literally have to use some of your movement to move.
He would have used some of
Okay.
his movement. I have
Just
50.
juking back and forth.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, pardon me. I'm just like
Yeah.
like sprinting from side to side. It's fine.
Yeah. Like a
Excuse me, pardon me.
typewriter.
He like runs past me, and I keep reaching up to like do a lay on hands, but he sprints by me, and I'm like, no.
Does every time Ezra goes by, he accidentally like dings off of off
Yeah.
of Tangrowth and makes the ding sound for the typewriter?
You can. You have a swim speed. You can swim over to him,
So I'll swim over to him, and I touch.
even in the middle of combat. You two.
Mm.
I was like, he grabs my ankle.
Gross.
I scream.
I grab the tail. I'm like, hey.
Grabs the tail.
Oh,
Like
God.
the scream. Hi. Wait, it's just me. Are we out of Cheetos?
Take like 35.
Okay. Thank you.
While you're out there, pick us up some dinner. What?
Huh? Stop
All right.
screaming. It's just me.
So
Yeah,
your
Cheetos?
action is to do lay on hands.
Yes.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
The ship is reloading. Is there any other actions you'd like for the ship to take?
Oh, sorry. I forgot. I'm the boat.
You're on the boat and you are a boat.
Yeah.
So that's why Ezra hangs out on top of the water all the time.
I'm a
Just-
boat, motherfucker.
Just this mental image of Ezra just like walking across the ocean, just holding everybody in these big beefy arms.
Do you remember the? Do you
I
remember the
do
old
count as a large size when I'm using when I'm holding stuff.
Do you? This is throwing back to some old cartoons, so maybe Steve will remember this. Everybody else probably be like, "What?" Sarah, you're not that old. You're like 32, 33. I know you can't convince me otherwise, though.
Okay,
So-
sure.
I hate to break this to you.
That's right.
But your baby.
Steve's not that old either. Steve's what, 30, 33. That's right. Right. So I may be the only one. So there was a Saturday morning cartoon that used to come on, and the ridiculous principle behind this was when the kid got water splashed on him, he turned into a car.
Are you
And
sure you
then-
didn't hallucinate that?
No, I'm fairly certain that I didn't. Ray's out there. Maybe Ray remembers that. I don't know. Anyways, there was no, it wasn't the Wonder Twins, but
Wonder
this
Twins
this
was
kid
intentional.
was Super Friends. Yeah, they actually took on the form of
God,
water.
it's actually a thing.
I told you.
I had to look it up. The pictures are hideous.
Oh yeah, it was the 80s. It was Saturday morning cartoons. There was lots of drugs. Cocaine's a hell of a drug, kids. Anyways, the
I had to look it up. Turbotine?
yeah, Turbotine. That's it. I just imagined now Ezra is, boat teen. He just turns into a boat and then comes back.
Okay, I've seen that image
So-
before.
Yeah, Ray. Thank you, Turbo Teen. I knew I wasn't the only one. So I'm not.
This
losing.
feels like a moment with Elastigirl, where he just turns into a little boat.
Yes. And then Dash is on the back kicking his feet to drive them back up under the water. Anyways, where the ship is, you can command them to heal it or to try to repair it. What do you want to do?
Oh God. Okay, sorry. I made the mistake of looking at a GIF. I hate myself now. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Can I
Turbo Teen.
can I use the Meganels again? Is that allowed?
No, they have to. Well, actually, yes, because you have a total of 4 of them. You fired 2.
So I can fire the other 2.
Yes.
And then I have one other. Actually no. Since Eleanor and stop that. Since Eleanor and Seraphina aren't well, Eleanor will stay on that. But can Seraphina help fix the boat? Wait, no, there's Brugger. Where is everyone right now? Eleanor's piloting. Rylton's downstairs. Newland's repairing. Brugger was also repairing, and Seraphina was on the guns.
Something like that. Seraphina and Ralston were on the guns. You just have them move to different guns, is basically.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay, you can go and roll attack.
That's 20 and a 21 on the die. Wait, nope, that's not a 21. That's a 22.
Okay, so a total of a 21 and a 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. Okay.
How much damage do you do?
That's a good question. Let me just roll these 10d 10s. I'm missing a d10. There it is. Okay.
I feel like I've educated you all so much on crappy shows that I used to watch.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Turbo Teen.
You ever see Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers?
I
Had
think I
mechanical
have, actually.
horses. They were like
Yes, they
space
were cowboys in outer space. I do remember that one.
No.
Do you remember
That was
Brave Star?
Yes.
The name sounds familiar.
One of my favorite shows, and it did not age well. Trust me, I had a moment of nostalgia until I got through the first episode. Was Silverhawks. Partly metal, partly real Silverhawks. Anyways, they were biomechanical people, and they were like space guardians, and they had names like Copper Kid and Steelheart and Steel Wheel and Bluegrass, who had a cowboy hat and a guitar, and he piloted their ship. Anyways, the 80s, man, it was a hell of a time. How much damage did you do? I apologize.
61.
Ha! With the loud boom of the cannons over the thunderous waves, 2 more puffs of smoke go up, and you watch as the cannonballs rip through the Leviathan's form. As it does, water showers down. The tidal wave dissipates again, washing you all off away from the boat. The sky's clear. Quickly, nets are thrown and people are dragged back onto the boat safely with some work. The ship lists a little bit in the water, some of the damage done to the hull needing to be repaired. However, the vessel in and of itself is still whole.
Yeah.
The straits are now safe for you to pass through. However, in the distance, you can see a crackle of thunder and lightning, and storm clouds far off to the west of you are starting to form again. You quickly set the sails as best you can and steer through the straits. When you get to the other side, the air here is warm. Warmer so than it was before. There are no storm clouds that you can see. Ahead of you, maybe a several hours travel still, you can see land. The first little rise of an island in the distance. You recognize this may be the final destination with which you are looking for. Lightning elemental. I'm not that big of a dick. I'm not that big of a dick. Maybe.
Just Eric looking at the camera, like,
What was that, Eric? Would you have something to say? Something you
No.
want to get off your chest?
No, I'm
Yeah?
good.
You sure?
I'm good.
Lightning elemental?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, you sure about that?
What I want to know is,
Sure
where's my
you want
Mountain
to fight
Dew?
a Thunderbird?
No, where's my Mountain Dew?
I feel like I'm missing a joke.
What? You want me to get something off my chest? There you go. Where's my Mountain Dew?
Oh,
Should we drink my Mountain
Oh.
Dew? Let me
Okay.
smell your breath. I'm gonna take it to a whole different meme.
I'm not comfortable. Honestly, I'm not comfortable here. I don't like any of this. Honestly, just not a fan.
Oh, good.
Not a
This,
fan.
this is fine.
I mean, more Mountain Dew for me. It's
This
good.
is fine.
We're cool.
I don't know what he's talking about. Should I just let it go? Don't let
I'm
it
just-
happen.
I'm just being obnoxious, Heath. It's me.
Oh, so normal.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so you can see the islands ahead of you, and there is, by the way, just so somebody's threw it out there, an Elder Tempest, which is the lightning
Yeah,
elemental.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware.
yeah. I was honestly waiting on that one. When he
No,
said,
no.
let me change it. I was in there going, he's going to throw a Tempest out, isn't he? Nope, Leviathan.
No, I'm sticking with the water. You sail on for several more hours before light fades from the day. You can see the stars are starting to burst out in places, and the islands start to light up, and you can see different colors of light here and there across the island itself. You draw closer and closer, and you realize that there are whole cities, is what you're seeing. The lights start to get closer, and they break up even more, becoming less dense and more spread out. Several more hours, and you can see the start of docks and wharfs that are allowing you to guide in. Small rowboats come to you. I will allow the admittance of a short rest in this time, if you would like to.
Thank you for my spell slots.
As you lick your wounds and repair yourselves and heal yourselves back up.
I'm gonna go dry myself off. I'll be back.
I threw the D10 that I was using from my other set into the wooden box here. It did not fit.
Well, Sarah, that's what we have prestidigitation
Or it fit
for.
really well.
You don't need to
She-
dry out. That's what we have prestidigitation for.
Magical
had
hair
it.
dryer.
But she's still just gonna be like, I'm taking me and all 19 of my hit points downstairs.
I am in quite a bit of pain. The wound is open.
I'm just gonna go put my insides back on the inside.
Oh, wait, hold on. And before she leaves, he will fourth level healing cure wounds. What he will do.
Head pap, head pap, head pap,
18 HP.
head pap.
The captain calls down to all of you and says, "We're being escorted in. It looks like we've made our final destination." Ezra, if I may, a word.
Of course.
You can see two smaller vessels that have pulled up alongside of of the ship. Ropes have been attached, and you can see that they are being rowed using large, what appear to be golems. These large creatures that are rowing two to each one of the vessels, and they're pulling the ship in. Your mother looks over the side of the ship and she says, "You spent a lot of time in the city there with your father. I would like to know what you remember. What do you recall?"
Back at the tribe.
Yes.
What
do you remember of your father?
Quick things. We only spoke once, shortly. Maybe spoke with him or was in the same area for a day.
And then the tribe told you that he was killed.
Yes, one of the tribe women.
When we took on this venture, I had mentioned that there were reasons that I had not gone back to the archipelagos, stating that creature as one of them. And that wasn't the truth. Your father made a sacrifice indeed, and gave up his life. But it wasn't at the hands of the tribe's people. And her eyes flit to the island itself. And she takes kind of a deep breath, and even in the dark that's falling on you with the starlight being the only thing around, you can still see her chest shudder a bit. It's because he's here.
He's here on the island.
I'm not certain. It's been some time. But yes, he sacrificed his freedom to stay here.
Sacrifices freedom for what? What happened?
As she starts to speak, there is a mechanical sound, and you realize the ship is being pulled once more. This time, though, the two smaller vessels are no longer attached to it, having freed themselves. You watch as a large winching arm comes down and grabs the edge of the boat gently and lifts the entirety of it from there. A gigantic, massive crane arm is holding it in the air, seemingly almost impossibly so. Not very far off the edge of the water. A voice comes through Tenny, as though from all around you at one time. You arrived at the port Daravan, the archipelagos. I am Harbour Master Ulran. We welcome you, guests and strangers. Please report in as soon as you can. There is a noise and a door shimmering appears on the deck of the ship, and you watch as several dark-skinned individuals, their skin as black as the night around you, their hair as white as starlight, step through the portal. You can see that they wear armor that reflects a lot of the tropical nature, almost like your people, Tangaroa. But there is also an element of metal that is built into them. The one that steps forward first is wearing robes or a skirt around his waist that goes all the way to the ground. You can see that it's made out of both leather cloth and some sort of barbed bone. He has a half tunic on that covers part of his chest, and you can see several runes that are like tattooed or drawn onto his arm using a white ink that shows up against his black skin. Welcome. Why are you here?
I was about to say something, I got distracted by Sarah. Just disappearing backwards.
Sliding into like a shrubbery somewhere.
Oh, good grief. Me also realizing during the entirety of that fight, because I was just so like, yes, fight! I forgot to open up my Word document for my notes. Give me a second.
I was going to say we're here for
I am
the deal.
given a gift of patience.
I'm sure we're here for something.
Please take your time.
Thanks.
Well, in part, we're here to trade. For some of us, here to just see what's out here.
He motions forward, and you watch as Ezra. What form are you in right now?
It would he'd be in Oni form because he took a lot of damage. He wouldn't think to shift right away.
He sees you, and he immediately breaks into a smile, putting a hand up to stop Setiel from speaking. There are more than one of you in this world. Step forward, you beautiful specimen. And he is clearly pointing at Ezra. Do you move?
Yeah. A careful step. He's probably shorter than me, I'm gonna guess.
What's this port's name again?
He just said, "Welcome to Darwin Archipelago."
Oh, okay.
He didn't give the name for the port. Step forward.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Am I in trouble?
No. Nothing could be farther from the truth. What is your name?
As Ezra, Azurite?
Please, come with me. And he motions, and you watch as the two other that step through the portal with him step aside. You can see that they're large and burly. They hold helmets on their head in the shape of osprey. The beak and the helms look like osprey. You can see that their armor has feathers on it that match. And he motions towards the dimensional doorway that's kind of appeared there. You'll be safe, I promise.
Okay. All right. Can my friends come with me? Or maybe one. Can Tonga come with me? Just one,
Sir, it's my emotional support Triton.
please. I'm very nervous. I need a
He has
vest
the
that's just
vest on?
nervous.
Is a vest on the Triton. All right.
No, I have a vest
Do
on, it
not
just says
pet.
nervous. do
Do not
not
pet.
pet and nervous.
Certainly.
Ezra like turns. It's like, Tonga. Come.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
I will. I'll walk up to him and I'll just take his hand to go with him.
And you two step through the portal.
Guess so.
All right. He steps in behind you, and the door closes, leaving the two guards on the ship with the rest of you. As he does, the two of you step through the other side, and you are in a darkened stone room. Light is very dim. However, there is a little bit of light here and there. And as you look around the room, you can see that it's decorated nicely enough. And you notice that there are several other rooms that are separated from this one by some sort of magical barrier, keeping certain things. And you watch as it looks like a menagerie of creatures. You can see a large black panther-like creature with tentacles off of its back that seems to shimmer in two different places at the same time. You watch as another one that looks like a giant crustacean, not a crustacean, but a giant bug. You could see two large mandibles. It shines its eyes at you that sparkle and glow, but the magical barrier seems to prevent anything from happening. You walk through until you get to a room, and he stops in front of it. Inside there, you can see a man. At first, you think it's a man who's hunkered down until you watch him stand. As he turns, you can see large horns from the top of his head, great tusks, fangs up and down. He turns and he looks for a moment. Tired eyes and a will that seems broken. The magical barrier drops.
Huh.
Ulran looks and says, I believe this belongs to you. And he motions in towards the other Oni that you can see in there. I never watched Star Trek, The Next Generation, the original series, any of it. I never watched it. It just wasn't my thing. I tried on several occasions. It just never attracted me. But I love Orville. I love the Orville. I think it's because it's the comedy side of it. And I want to watch The Lower Deck, I think is what they call it. It's the new animated Star Trek series. Anyways, I'm off topic again. Sorry. He motions to you. I believe this belongs to you. And you're not sure if he's talking to you or talking to the other guy.
Hello? Do you want me to go in there?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Ezra will step in.
Okay.
Barrier goes up. You are sealed.
Tonga, are you stepping in?
I mean, if he wants me to come with him.
Actually, I think Ezra would tell him to wait outside. That way, also, if I get stuck, you don't also get stuck.
Then I'll wait. I'll wait right outside.
Okay. Yes, as you step in, the magical barrier goes up, separating you from Tangaroa and from Ulran.
Can I still see
Ulran immediately looks at you. Yeah, it's like it looks like it's colored opaque, but I mean it's translucent, but it's colored. It's kind of a yellowy, but you can see through it. So it gives everything this kind of an amber yellowish look on the other side. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, though, Tangaroa.
Oh. I'm not good at those. A natural 20.
The natural 20 of love.
For a 28.
Woo! Shiza! You feel something start to take over your mind as though it were telling you to follow its command. Sorry. Something fell. Stat! To give over to his command that this is a trusted ally and that you should be one to go along with him. However, you shake off resisting the issue, and the next thing you know, he's looking at you, his eyes shining, and he says, you're a bit hardier than I thought. Do me a favor, if you would. Q, take care of that issue.
Yep.
Thank you. Anyways, as from the darkness in the very back, you watch as this form comes forward, floating just above the ground, about 5 feet. It's large as you realize it takes up a big part of this hallway. As it moves forward, a fangy maw starts to speak. A large eyeball peers at you as several other stalks move and look at you. Looks like we've got a bit of a strong-willed one. Don't worry. will break you yet. And as you face down the first beholder you've ever seen, we're going to break from here for the night. We'll pick up next week with facing down maybe what is the true denizens behind Darwin's archipelago. And a huge thanks to Ray, who popped in here and has been our hero for the evening with all of the gifted subs as well as his own sub. Thank you so much for Ray. Again, if you guys want to join us on DDO, it's free to play. It's a lot of fun. It uses an older rule set with 3.5, but it's still fun, and we are always happy to guide people. We'll get you to join the realm. We have a really cool airship with all these buffs that you can join into. It's kind of a fun game, and you can find me playing there as well as Raymond playing there, and Maddie's always on there. Tune in tomorrow night. You can watch some of them play. Sorry, I just saw what you said, Sarah. You can watch some of them play Vampire the Masquerade, Valley by Night. Sarah and Eric and Decca, who's over here in the chat. Hi, Decca. They're all playing vampires set in the South, which I'd never thought I'd hear a vampire go, "I'm gonna suck your blood." Sorry.
I mean,
It's
Decca.
not how it is at all.
Decca.
I mean, I guess True Blood was vampires in the South. If I will say this much. All right, I know I have a little bit of an accent. It's okay. If you ever want to see one of the most entertaining GMs in the face of the planet or players, you just need to come watch Jason. He is fantastic at his craft, but it's fun to him. He is just a lot of fun. He is absolutely a hoot. So come tune into them tomorrow night. Again, 6 to 9. On Wednesdays, Monster Hunter. Monster of the Week. Not Monster Hunter. Monster of the Week. You have me saying it from earlier. You're muted.
Close enough.
Monster
the same.
of the Week. So you can come tune into Q, who is running them through all of that nonsense and shenanigans, which has Steve playing in there. And then on Thursdays, we have Descent into Avernus with Maddie, who is running that game. And you can watch one of our very good friends of this show, Boddick, played by JT. He plays on there on the regs. And then coming up soon, I will give you more details when we have that all finalized. We will have Saturday night, which is called, once more, remind me.
The Stolen Cities.
The Stolen Cities, which will be starting up soon with our newest DM, Alex. So, guys, check us out 6 to 9 p.m. Don't forget to join the Discord. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you like us there. You can find any past videos on our YouTube channel. So check that out. It is YouTube/Dire Bear Adventuring Company, all written out because I wanted to find the longest URL I could. I think I found it. I'm sure there are longer ones, but anyways. So check all those things out. And if you would, share some love over on Patreon. Don't forget, Decca has, what was it called again? Decca Dungeons in Decca, I think is what it's called. But on Patreon, post it again if you would, sir. And that is everything. Again, a huge thanks to D&D Beyond for letting us use their tools and utilities. Don't forget, September the 15th, Rime of the Frost Maiden, the newest campaign setting and adventure set in Icewind Dale, is coming out soon. Also, they've been advertising it today because it's coming out in November 17th.
The Tasha one?
Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. It is a revamp on how to do races as culture instead of race. It has new subclasses, including the new classes, including the Artificer added in there, new spells and everything. Again, that's coming out November 17th. So we've got Rime of the Frost Maiden, and then Tasha's Cauldron.
Beautiful.
I haven't seen the. Oh, I barely saw it. I need to look at it. So I'll be grabbing the hardcover of that as a alternate cover as well. So those are all coming out. And again, it's Dungeon and Decavulti. You do one-shots every month that people can vote on at the beginning of the month. So check those out. And just a huge thanks to everybody who's supporting us. And I think that I've rattled off at the head. Anybody here have anything they'd like to add? No? Okay. Well, then until next week or tomorrow, we will see you all. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for tuning in. Beholders, man. You gotta love them. Good night, everyone.